The furor over FBI Director James Comey's firing continues to roil Washington, raising questions about President Trump's motivation and what comes next in the Russia probe. Here are 3 takeaways from today you need to know. In a Facebook Live report from Washington, Executive Washington Editor Jerry Seib says moderate Republicans are the ones to watch now.
There are probably, 9, 10 moderate or sometimes maverick Republicans in the Senate who could break from the administration. If they do, and you have to remember there are only 52 Republicans in the Senate, they have a very slim majority, they could bollocks up the rest of the Trump agenda over this issue or make the confirmation of a new FBI director difficult.
And Justice Department reporter Aruna Viswanathan reveals the DOJ grew frustrated with Comey earlier this month at the Senate hearings over Clinton emails.
You had DOJ officials watching his testimony and saying, well, he's not even acknowledging any error here. He has no room for understanding that he may have made a mistake, and that was potentially the straw that broke the camel's back. Vice President Mike Pence gave an impromptu presser.
Well, as you know very clearly, as has been stated repeatedly and the president has been told, that he's not under investigation. The president took strong and decisive leadership here to put the safety and security of the American people first by accepting the recommendation of the Deputy Attorney General to remove Director Comey as the head of the FBI.
The president himself had much less to say.
Because he wasn't doing a good job, very simply. He was not doing a good job.
There was Democratic outrage.
The question is, why did it happen last night? We know Director Comey was leading an investigation in whether the Trump campaign colluded with the Russians, a serious offense. Were those investigations getting too close to home for the president?
I want to renew my call to have a special prosecutor appointed to oversee the Russia investigation.
That was met, for the most part, by Republican silence or confusion.
Here's what we have now, Mr. President. Our Democratic colleagues complaining about the removal of an FBI director whom they themselves repeatedly and sharply criticized.
At the daily White House press briefing, Deputy White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders sought to put a timestamp on the decision.
He'd lost confidence in Director Comey, and frankly, he'd been considering letting Director Comey go since the day he was elected.
But big questions over the timing of Comey's firing persist, especially after the day's bombshell. Just last week, Comey asked the Justice Department for more money for the FBI's investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election. His temporary replacement, acting FBI Director Andrew McCabe, has been called to testify at the Senate Intelligence Committee meeting on Thursday. And Comey himself has been invited to appear before the same committee in a closed-door hearing next week. Let us know what you think with a tweet, an email, or a comment on Facebook.